Weight of Kindness, Strength and Softness, a Stoic story, written in the voice of Limitless mindset. There's a silence that follows kindness, a kind of silence that's heavier than hate, heavier than anger, heavier than being misunderstood. It's the silence of someone who chose to stay soft in a world that rewarded sharpness. The silence of someone who could have fought back but didn't, who could have spoken louder but chose peace instead. People don't realize it, but kindness has a weight to it. It's not light, it's not easy, it's not passive. It's heavy, like holding the world in your chest and still choosing not to let it harden you. And that's what makes it sacred. We often mistake gentleness for weakness. We praise warriors for their strength, but we forget that mercy is also a kind of power. A rarer one that requires self-control. Because anyone can react, but not everyone can remain composed when their pride is burning. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." To him, strength wasn't about domination or noise, it was about mastery. Mastery of emotion, mastery of ego, mastery of the self. And that's where the paradox of kindness begins. It's not weakness, it's restraint. It's the quiet discipline of those who know their power, but choose not to abuse it. When you meet someone truly kind, you can feel their strength before they even speak, because their calm isn't ignorance, it's control. Their patience isn't naivety, it's understanding. And their forgiveness isn't submission, it's freedom. The untrained mind thinks that kindness is losing. The trained mind knows it's winning the only battle that truly matters, the one within. Imagine a man walking through life carrying a heavy stone. That stone is his anger, his pride, his ego. He holds it close, thinking it protects him. But over time, it begins to weigh him down, bending his spine, breaking his rhythm, clouding his joy. Now imagine another man walking beside him. He too feels anger, pride, resentment, but he chooses to let them go. Not because he's weak, but because he's learned that peace can't coexist with poison. The first man survives the day. The second man lives it. That's the difference kindness makes. It doesn't change what you go through. It changes who you are while going through it. The weight of kindness isn't about being nice all the time. It's about carrying empathy in a world that keeps testing it. It's about saying, I will not let this world turn me into what hurt me. It's about knowing that soft doesn't mean small. It means disciplined. It means having the strength to see people as broken, not evil, to see pain where others only see cruelty. That's the strength the Stoics revered, emotional endurance, the ability to remain steady when everything around you tries to provoke the storm inside you. Kindness doesn't mean you never draw boundaries. It means you draw them with wisdom, not with vengeance. It means you know when to step back, when to speak truth, and when to let silence carry your message. Because silence, when chosen from strength, is not weakness. It's power refined. It's saying, I know I could destroy this, but I choose peace instead. That choice, the one between reaction and restraint, that's where true strength lives. But let's be honest, kindness hurts sometimes. It feels heavy because it often goes unnoticed, unreturned, and unappreciated. You give your best and sometimes receive the worst in return. You forgive people who don't even think they did anything wrong. You stay loyal in a world where everyone moves for convenience. You show empathy, and they call you too emotional. And yet, despite all that, you keep showing up, softer, wiser, stronger. Because you've realized that your integrity isn't for sale. That kindness isn't a transaction. It's a reflection of who you've become. One of the hardest lessons life teaches is that you can't control how people treat you, but you can always control how you respond. Let's bring it closer to real life. The world may not reward your times you were betrayed, misunderstood, but the universe takes note of it. You could have, and the man or woman who can remain kind while surrounded by chaos, but something in you whispers, let it go, already conquered themselves. That calm voice, because at its was wisdom, kindness, it was self-mastery. Exactly as you it's wrote the refusal to let the cruelty of others dictate your character. Let's bring it closer to real life. It's the art of being unshaken by the noise, misunderstood, or judged unfairly, not because they deserve it, lashed out, but because you do. Prove your worth, tried to win the argument, but something in you whispered, "Let it go." That whisper, that calm voice, was wisdom. It wasn't fear. It was the voice of the mountain within you, reminding you that peace is far more valuable than pride. That's what the Stoics meant by control. They didn't mean suppressing your emotions. They meant mastering them. They believed the highest power a person can have is the ability to act according to principle, not impulse. And what principle could be higher than kindness? It's easy to be kind when life is good. It's easy to be gentle when people are respectful. But when you're hurt, when your kindness is tested, that's when it becomes real. That's when it carries weight. Kindness under pressure becomes strength. Kindness under criticism becomes discipline. Kindness in the face of cruelty becomes divine. There's a line from Seneca that captures it perfectly. Wherever there's a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Notice how he didn't say an obligation. He said opportunity. Because kindness isn't something you owe the world. It's something you choose to give. And in choosing it, you transcend the world's chaos. That's the Stoic way, not to run from the fire, but to remain calm within it. Kindness is also the most honest mirror. It shows you where you still hold resentment, where your ego still hides. Because every time you choose kindness, you're also choosing humility. And humility reveals the parts of you that still crave control, validation, or revenge. When you meet those parts with patience, that's growth, that's wisdom. That's how the weight of kindness becomes the training ground for the soul. In many ways, kindness is like carrying water in your hands. It's precious but fragile. You can't hold it too tightly or it slips away. You can't ignore it or it dries out. It requires balance, awareness, restraint, presence. And those are the same muscles Stoicism trains. To be aware of your emotions, to restrain your reactions, to remain present when the mind wants to drift into anger or sorrow. The truth is, kindness is not about others. It's about you. It's the quiet promise you make to yourself that no matter how rough the world becomes, you will not lose your softness. That's not weakness. That's legacy. Because one day someone will remember how you treated them when you had every reason not to. And that memory might be the spark that changes their life. That's how kindness travels. Invisible, uncelebrated, but unstoppable. So when you feel the weight of kindness, the exhaustion of always being the one who understands, forgives, or listens, remind yourself, you're not losing, you're leading. You're leading by example in a world desperate for reminders of humanity. Kindness may not always be recognized in the moment, but it always leaves an imprint. It plants something invisible, trust, peace, respect, that grows long after the noise fades. You see, strength isn't about never breaking. It's about breaking beautifully. It's about choosing grace when bitterness would be easier. It's about holding your center when everything around you demands that you lose it. That's the real weight of kindness. It's carrying pain with dignity. It's suffering without making others suffer. It's being the calm in a room full of storms. That's what separates the wise from the wounded. Not that they never bleed, but that they never let their scars turn into weapons. The Stoics believe that character is fate. And if that's true, then kindness is destiny. Because no matter how the world changes, a kind heart will always find its way home. So let them call you soft. Let them misunderstand your peace. Let them think silence means defeat. You and I know better. We know it takes far more strength to remain kind when the world tells you not to be. That's the discipline of the soul. That's the quiet power of the iron heart. That's the strength in softness. Closing reflection. When you stand at the edge of yourself, when your patience wears thin, and your compassion feels like a burden, remember this. Every act of kindness you give is a stone lifted off your own heart. And when you can walk lightly through a world that tries to make you heavy, you have already won. Because the strongest souls are not the ones that conquer others. They are the ones that conquer the impulse to stop being kind.